Have you ever wondered how Japanese homes always look immaculate, despite being some of the smallest living spaces in the developed world? The secret isn't expensive organizers or hours of backbreaking labor. It's something far more powerful, a morning ritual so effective that it's transformed millions of homes across Japan for generations. Today, I'm taking you inside the hidden world of Japanese housekeeping traditions that most Westerners never see. Practical wisdom that could completely transform your relationship with your home in just 15 minutes a day. Before we continue, if you enjoy practical home organization secrets from around the world, make sure to click that subscribe button. This is the best way for you to support our work. Thank you very much, and let's continue. What if I told you that some of the most organized homes in the world achieve this state not through marathon cleaning sessions, but through small, intentional actions performed religiously every single morning? The Japanese concept of asa no soji, or morning cleaning, isn't just about tidiness. It's a philosophy that creates harmony between you and your living space, turning what many consider a chore into a meditative practice that sets the tone for your entire day. Let me take you on a journey into a typical Japanese household as the sun rises. You'll discover why these techniques have survived centuries of cultural change and why they might be exactly why your chaotic mornings are missing. The first thing Japanese housewives do every morning is wake up with the sun. This isn't just a charming tradition. It's scientifically proven to align your circadian rhythm with natural light patterns, improving your energy levels and mood throughout the day. In Japan, this early rising isn't seen as a punishment, but as a gift, quiet moments of peace before the household stirs. Imagine waking up not to the jarring sound of an alarm, but to gentle natural light filtering through your curtains. This is how many Japanese mornings begin, with housewives often rising between 5:30 and 6 a.m. This early start provides something precious that many of us in Western countries have forgotten: time abundance instead of time scarcity. With this extra time, there's no rush, no frantic energy that spills into the rest of the day. Instead, there's a deliberate calmness that becomes the foundation for everything that follows. This isn't about being a morning person. It's about creating a buffer of tranquility that allows you to approach your home with mindfulness rather than hurried frustration. The second morning ritual that transforms Japanese homes happens before a simple item is cleaned. Japanese housewives open all the windows in their home, even in winter, for at least 5 minutes. This practice, called katai sangyo, or home ventilation, exchanges stale overnight air for fresh morning oxygen. You might be thinking, open windows in winter? That sounds uncomfortable. But this brief airing out serves multiple purposes. It removes accumulated carbon dioxide from breathing during the night, eliminates moisture that could lead to mold, and psychologically creates a fresh start to the day. In a country where humidity is a constant battle, this simple act prevents countless maintenance issues before they begin. What's fascinating is how this practice connects to the Japanese concept of ma, the appreciation of negative space and emptiness. By allowing fresh air to flow through the home, you're not just removing stillness, you're inviting possibility and renewal into your space. Many Japanese housewives use this moment to take a few deep breaths, transforming a practical task into a moment of mindfulness. Third on our list is a practice that might seem strange to Western observers. Japanese housewives make their bedding disappear. Traditional Japanese homes often use futons instead of Western-style beds. Each morning, these futons are folded and stored in closets, instantly transforming a bedroom into a multipurpose living space. Even in modern homes with Western-style beds, the principle remains: bedding is neatly arranged immediately after waking. Pillows are fluffed and placed upright to air out, sheets are straightened, and the bed becomes a visually pleasing element rather than a rumpled reminder of sleep. What's the psychology behind this? There's growing evidence that making your bed each morning correlates with better productivity and a sense of accomplishment throughout the day. When your sleeping area is immediately reset, you've already completed your first achievement of the day, setting a positive tone for everything that follows. The fourth morning ritual takes place in the kitchen, often considered the heart of the Japanese home. Before preparing breakfast, Japanese housewives wipe down all kitchen surfaces with a damp cloth. This isn't a deep cleaning, It's a gentle refresh that takes less than 2 minutes, but prevents buildup that would require more intensive scrubbing later. This cloth, known as a zoken in Japanese, is typically made from repurposed fabric, often old towels or clothing that have been cut and sewn together. It's an example of the Japanese philosophy of monnai, the sense that it's a shame to waste anything. These cloths are washed daily, creating a zero-waste cleaning system that's been in place long before environmental consciousness became trendy. What makes this different from grabbing a paper towel or disposable wipe? The zoken becomes a tool of mindfulness. When you use the same cloth daily, you become intimately familiar with every surface of your kitchen. You notice small spills or crumbs immediately rather than allowing them to accumulate. This consistent attention prevents the need for those marathon cleaning sessions that many of us dread. The fifth morning practice focuses on something most of us overlook completely: the entry point to our homes. In Japan, the Genkan entryway is considered a transitional space between the outside world and the sanctity of a home. Each morning, this area receives special attention. Shoes are arranged neatly, facing toward the door for easy departure. This small step or platform is wiped down, removing any dust or debris that may have been tracked in the previous day. Any items that need to leave the house, packages to mail, returns to make, items to deliver, are placed in this area, creating an effortless departure system. Why does this matter? Your entryway creates the first and last impression of your home, both for visitors and for yourself. A cluttered, chaotic entry sets a subconscious tone of disorder that follows you throughout your day. Conversely, an organized entry helps you depart feeling prepared and return feeling welcomed. The sixth morning ritual involves a unique Japanese approach to laundry. Rather than allowing dirty clothes to accumulate for days, many Japanese housewives do a small load of laundry every single morning. This little and often approach prevents the overwhelming mountain of laundry that many Western households face on designated laundry days. With Japan's limited living space, massive laundry rooms with multiple hampers simply aren't feasible. Instead, efficient washing machines with shorter cycles allow for daily laundry to become part of the morning rhythm rather than a dreaded weekend task. Clothes are hung to dry either outdoors or in a bathroom drying area, saving energy and reducing wear on fabrics. What's remarkable about this approach is how it transforms your relationship with clothing. When laundry is done daily, you become much more aware of how many clothes you actually need versus how many you've accumulated. Many Japanese homes maintain minimalist wardrobes not because of trending Netflix shows, but because daily laundry makes excess clothing unnecessary. The seventh morning practice reveals why Japanese households rarely struggle with clutter despite smaller living spaces. Each morning includes a quick reset of the main living area, where items that have migrated from their homes are returned to their proper places. This isn't about deep organization. It's about maintaining the systems that are already in place. In Japanese homes, the philosophy of oidamesu, everything has a place, means that this morning reset typically takes less than 5 minutes. Items without designated homes are either immediately assigned one or considered for removal from the household. What makes this different from the tidying that many of us do? It's the consistency and the mindset. This isn't an occasional response to encroaching chaos. It's a daily practice that prevents chaos from taking hold in the first place. When done every single morning, the home never reaches that tipping point of disorganization that makes cleaning feel overwhelming. The eighth morning ritual addresses something we all create but rarely think about: trash and recycling. Japanese waste management is famously complex, with meticulous sorting requirements for different materials. Rather than allowing this to become a stressful end-of-week rush, many Japanese housewives process trash and recycling each morning as part of their routine. Packaging from items used the previous day is immediately broken down and sorted. Food scraps are composted or properly disposed of rather than lingering in indoor trash bins. The small trash bins typically found in Japanese homes are emptied frequently, preventing odors and pest attractions. This daily attention to waste management reflects the Japanese concept of kegar, impurity, and kayum, purification. By removing waste promptly and mindfully, you're maintaining the spiritual cleanliness of the home as well as its physical cleanliness. It's a practice that connects modern environmental consciousness with ancient Shinto principles of purity. The ninth morning practice focuses on the family's daily nutrition through thoughtful meal planning and preparation. Japanese housewives often prepare elements of lunchboxes, bento, during the morning hours, applying the concept of mise en place, having everything in its place before the rush of mealtime preparation begins. Rice is washed and set to cook while other morning tasks are completed. Vegetables might be cut and arranged for easy access later in the day. Soup ingredients might be measured and set aside. This preparation doesn't mean spending hours cooking in the morning. Rather, it means spending 10 focused minutes that will save 30 scattered minutes later in the day. The philosophy here extends beyond efficiency. There's a Japanese concept called Ichiju Sansai, one soup, three sides, that guides traditional meal composition. By thinking through these nutritional elements each morning, Japanese housewives ensure balanced meals rather than last-minute convenience choices. It's a form of care that expresses love through nutrition rather than merely filling stomachs. The 10th morning ritual is one that's gained worldwide attention through Marie Kondo but has been practiced in Japan for generations: gratitude for objects. Each morning includes a moment of appreciation for the home and its contents, often focusing on different areas on different days of the week. This might seem unusual to Western perspectives, but this practice transforms the relationship between person and possession. When you regularly acknowledge the service that your objects provide, you become more attentive to their care. A brief wipe of a countertop isn't just cleaning, it's an acknowledgement of the surface that enables your cooking and nourishment. This gratitude extends to maintenance as well. Japanese homes typically have designated days for deeper attention to specific areas: Mondays for bathroom deep cleaning, Tuesdays for kitchen appliances, and so on. By rotating these focus areas throughout the week, no single day becomes overwhelming, yet the entire home receives regular attention. The 11th morning practice involves what might be the most visible difference between Japanese and Western homes: bathroom maintenance. Each morning, after the family has completed their hygiene routines, Japanese housewives perform a quick bathroom reset that prevents the mildew and buildup many Western bathrooms battle. Shower walls are squeegee to remove water droplets before they can form mineral deposits. The bath area, often separate from the shower in Japanese homes, is wiped down and the cover is placed over the tub to maintain water heat for later bathing and preventive operation. Surfaces are quickly wiped, and towels are hung properly to dry or placed directly in the day's laundry. What's notable is the emotional relationship with this space. Rather than viewing the bathroom as a necessarily unpleasant cleaning task, it's seen as a space of purification and renewal. Maintaining its cleanliness becomes an extension of self-care rather than a dreaded chore. This perspective shift transforms the energy you bring to the space and the task. The 12th and final morning ritual might be the most powerful: reflection and planning. Before the household fully awakens, Japanese housewives often take a moment with tea to plan the day ahead and reflect on the home's needs. This isn't elaborate project planning, it's a quiet acknowledgement of what requires attention and how the day might flow. This reflection might include noting that the rice supply is running low, or that seasonal items will soon need to be rotated in storage, or that a plant needs repotting. Rather than allowing these thoughts to create background anxiety throughout the day, they're acknowledged and either addressed immediately or scheduled for specific attention. This practice creates what psychologists call a mental offload, removing the cognitive burden of remembering these tasks and creating clear intentions for when they'll be addressed. The result isn't just a cleaner home, it's a clear mind that can be fully present for the day's more meaningful experiences. What strikes me most about these 12 morning rituals isn't their complexity, it's their simplicity. None of these practices requires special equipment or extraordinary effort. They don't demand hours of your morning or deplete your energy before the day begins. Instead, they create a cadence of care that transforms your relationship with your living space. Together, these small actions create what the Japanese call yukuri, a slowed-down, mindful relationship with your surroundings. In a world that constantly pushes us toward more speed, more consumption, and more pressure, these morning rituals offer a radical alternative: the power of attending fully to what you already have. I've spoken with dozens of women who have adopted versions of these practices in homes from New York apartments to suburban Australian houses. The consensus isn't just that their homes are cleaner, it's that they feel a fundamental shift in their relationship with their living spaces. Home transforms from a source of stress and endless to-dos into a haven that supports and nurtures family life. What would it look like if you adopted even 3 of these practices? Perhaps you'd choose the early rising, the evening reflection, and the daily reset of your main living space. Even this small subset of the Japanese morning rhythm could potentially transform your home within a week. The beauty of these practices is their scalability. You don't need to adopt all 12 at once. In fact, that approach would likely create the very sense of overwhelm these rituals are designed to prevent. Instead, you might begin with the one that addresses your home's greatest pain point. Is it morning bathroom chaos? Start with the bathroom reset. Is it constant clutter? Begin with the living space reset. What makes these practices sustainable isn't just their brevity, it's their mindfulness. Each small action becomes not just a means to cleanliness, but a moment of presence. The wiping of a counter becomes a brief meditation. The folding of bedding becomes a transition ritual. The opening of windows becomes a symbolic welcoming of possibility. In a culture that often measures worth by constant doing and producing, these small moments of household tending offer a different kind of achievement, the creation of harmony in the space that shapes your life most intimately. There's profound dignity in this care, a recognition that our environments aren't separate from our well-being, but are integral to it. As we've explored these 12 morning rituals, perhaps you've noticed something interesting. Many of them address problems before they become problems. This preventative approach eliminates the need for those exhausting cleaning marathons that leave you feeling like you're constantly behind. It's the difference between maintaining health and treating disease, both in your home and in your relationship with it. I encourage you to choose just one of these practices to implement tomorrow morning. Notice not just the physical result, but how it affects your mindset as you move through your day. Does the intentional care of your space create a sense of calm that extends to other activities? Does the completion of a small morning ritual give you a foundation of accomplishment that supports more challenging tasks? Remember that these practices have evolved over generations in Japanese culture, adapting to changing lifestyles while maintaining their core wisdom. You have permission to adopt them to your unique home, family, and needs as well. The goal isn't perfect replication of Japanese housekeeping. It's finding your own rhythm of care that creates both a beautiful home and a beautiful relationship with that home. The true power of these morning rituals isn't measured in spotless surfaces or perfect organization. It's measured in the sense of peace you feel when you return home at the end of a long day. It's measured in the ability to welcome unexpected visitors without panic. It's measured in the mental space freed when you're no longer constantly behind on household tasks, allowing you to be more fully present for the relationships and activities that give your life meaning. In a world that often makes us feel inadequate through glossy magazine spreads of unattainable homes, these 12 morning rituals offer something more valuable, attainable harmony created through small, consistent acts of intention rather than dramatic transformations. They remind us that a nurturing home isn't achieved through purchasing more organizational products or following rigid systems, but through daily attention and care. I'd love to hear which of these practices resonates most with you, or which you plan to implement first. Share in the comments below how these Japanese housekeeping traditions might adapt to your unique living situation. And if you've found value in these insights, please share this video with someone who might benefit from a more peaceful relationship with their home. Thank you for joining me in exploring these time-tested traditions. Until next time, may your mornings be mindful and your home a true haven of harmony.